Welcome back to another episode of Expertly Unqualified.
Welcome back.
We're happy you're back today. We have an important topic to talk about. Last week's episode was super fun. Hopefully you checked out that really cool post that we did on Instagram about what our Pinterest board says about you, because it took me way too long to do. Okay, so to start, just like every other podcast, we got weekly stats you didn't need to know, but now you know. We tried throwing in an acronym in there the other week. It's too many letters to think of. So I feel like weekly stats you didn't need to know, but now you know has a good ring to it. So we're going to keep it like that. Holly, you want to start off with your stats of the week?
All right, so this week I'm touring 2 apartments. Gotta love moving, right?
I wish I was a light packer, and then that would be no issue, but I pack anything and everything, so I can only imagine trying to move me. Even for college, I would fill up like a whole car.
I'm at the point now where I haven't finished unpacking my stuff from the last time I moved. So, hey, I have a leg up.
I mean, it probably took me a while when I moved back home to pack up all my things. All right, so 2 apartment tours, so that's exciting. Moving's exciting, but then you have all the packing that comes with it. So,
and then all the lifting.
Oh. You have your fiance.
Oh yeah, he can help.
He can help. Any other stats of the week? All right, I got 2 fun stats of the week. And by fun, I mean not very fun, but the amount of books I have gotten recently that I still need to read. My TBR list is super long. And we were going to potentially have like a book club. I would like to say every month, but we all know how reading books and life gets in the way. So maybe not every month, but if you're interested, definitely let us know. We would probably put a message out about what book we're gonna start talking about a month out, I would guess, so you would have time to actually read it. Or maybe you could still just listen to it and not read it. We won't spoil it all, but we could talk about important things. So I think, if I'm counting correctly, I think I have 4 that I need to read right now. And then the other stat was I have a bad habit of hitting snooze every day. And so I thought it would be a good idea. I've seen those alarm clocks, you know, the ones that they're kind of round and they light up. So you can set it for, I think, 60 minutes or 45 minutes or 30 minutes before your alarm would wake up, and it gradually gets brighter. And so I got a knockoff one off Amazon, and it actually works really well. Except I put it right next to my bed so I can easily just snooze it or turn it off. And then I got to a point where I moved it to the other side of my bed and shoved it behind other things so it wouldn't be as bright in the morning. So I decided to hopefully stop hitting snooze. So I moved it 3 feet away from my bed across the room. So that's my stat. I moved it 3 feet. And now it lights up my whole bedroom. I still have hit snooze, so we'll get there. I just need to train myself.
Do you only set 1 alarm?
No. I want to know. Okay, so I feel like the way people do their alarms is so unique. So I don't know where this started or when I started doing this, but say I have to get up at 8 a.m. I would usually do like a 7 o'clock alarm to be like, hey, you kind of need to wake up, a 7:30, a 7:45, and an 8. My boyfriend's the type who will set it for 7:05, 7:10, 7:15, 7:20, and then snooze all of them. And then 2 of them will go off at the same time. Yeah, that's what I do. Oh, so I usually set my fake hatch alarm for whatever time, and then set my phone alarm for basically the same exact time, and then set like half an hour and an hour before. Mm-hmm. What do you do?
Oh, it depends. So if I'm waking up before 7, it's a lot more chaotic. So if I wake up before 7, I set up these 5 alarms just to be safe, you know? So I set them like at weird times because for some reason I think that if I set them on
I can't do that.
It
has to be either a 5 or 0. I don't know how you're waking up at 7:17 in the morning.
So like for some reason I just think that like I won't take it seriously. I wake up and see it. It's like 5 a.m. So I'll set one for like 5:03 a.m.
You do that? Oh my gosh, that would bother me. I'd be like, oh, this feels wrong.
But if I'm waking up after 7, I usually just set one for like 10 a.m. and then just call it a day.
If it's a weekend and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna allow myself to sleep in, I usually set it for 9, something way beyond, where if I actually really do sleep in, I can still have the rest of my day to do things.
Yeah, I just noticed that if I set it for like a random time, I get so much more scared.
Really?
It wakes me up.
Maybe I should start doing that. That bothers me. I don't know why.
That bothers me just enough to get out of bed.
Maybe I should try that and see if that helps me stop hitting the snooze. Because it might. I don't know. Wake up at 5:14.
Oh, that's
7:21.
yeah. And like I'm working at like Starbucks and opening, I have like pages of alarms from working at different times.
I know. Do you ever go through and delete them?
No.
Oh, you keep them all.
Yeah, I do for some reason. So I don't have to make more. So I'll just like scroll through and be like, all right, 3:05, 3:13.
I do have to say the one alarm that, okay, is this weird? So like I get an hour lunch break at work. And I usually take it at 12:30, but then there's some days where maybe I'm busy, but right at lunchtime, so then I take my lunch a little bit later, or maybe one of my coworkers needed me to take an early lunch, whatever. I don't want to miss going back to work. Not that I'm not even of that I won't be near a watch. It's just the fact that I'm afraid I'm gonna forget about time.
Yeah.
So I set an alarm, the one and only alarm, for 1:27, so that I'm back on at 1:30. But is it like if I knew I have to leave, I have an event, I need to leave in 45 minutes, do you set a timer or do you just keep an eye on the clock?
I just stare at the clock.
Oh, see, I don't like staring at the clock. I just set a timer. And apparently that's weird.
No, I think it's smart.
And how about if you have something at 2 p.m.? This is what would happen for softball, right? You have a game at 2 p.m., but warm-ups start at 1. So then it takes you half an hour to drive there. So then you would have to leave at 12:30, but then you have to pack a cooler. So it means you have to start getting ready at 12. But then you also have to do your hair and find your uniform. So then that's 11:30, but then you also have to eat some breakfast. So it's 11. And then it's 8 a.m., but you're still like, oh my gosh, I only have 3 hours. That's what would happen to me. Does that ever happen to you when you have an event planned later in the day?
Oh yeah, definitely. Are you like unable to get dressed early for an event because you're just like, I'm gonna mess up my clothes? Too, because I'm like, and then once I get dressed and ready, I'm like, I can't do anything but just sit here on my couch.
Yes. And I'm sorry, who's gonna want to put jeans on 4 hours before
seriously,
you have to?
No one. But yeah, no, it's like basically a math problem. Just being like, okay, so I have to just keep subtracting, and then what time do I actually start getting ready to leave?
Or if you have something at noon, sometimes it happens to me where you can't do anything before. You're busy. You're booked at noon. You literally can't do anything before. Could you wake up at 8, go work out, shower, come back, eat breakfast, and then go to whatever you have? Yes. In my head, no. Noon.
And then also because like I'm crazy, I like to plan my days out like the night before. And I just found out on Google you can choose what time. So it'll tell you like what rush hour traffic will be like if you're looking at in the middle of the night.
Oh, like on Google?
Yeah, it's like on Google Maps. You can see what like rush hour traffic will be like.
I use Waze and it'll tell you. So you can say, I want to leave here tomorrow at 5:30. How long is it going to take me? Or I think it's Google where you can say I want to arrive by.
Oh,
and they'll tell you when to leave.
So organized.
I know.
So the topic of today's podcast is organization.
Woo! We claim to have it, but I don't think we do. At least I don't.
I'm very selective about what I'm organized about. My mom will definitely agree with that.
My mom will agree with that. Yeah. And there's certain things that are very organized about me, but then there's other things that the mess just doesn't bother me. And it's not even, well, I guess sometimes it's a mess, but sometimes it's just like random things everywhere, and it just doesn't bother me. I know where things are at.
Yeah.
I know how to find them. If you make me clean them and move them, I won't be able to find them. Kind of like when you have a random coat that just lays on your couch right by your door to leave, and then one day you're like, I'm going to clean. I'm going to put the coat in the coat closet because that's a crazy idea. And then when you go to leave the next day, you're like, oh, I need my coat. Where is it? Or I do that with shoes too. I'll say like, okay, I'm going to put these shoes away. And then I'll start looking for them at the door and I can't find them. So yeah, I go through phases, I think, of Everything's really clean and organized. I feel like there's a difference between clean and organized too.
Oh yeah, huge
So
difference.
I feel like I'm more clean than organized.
Yeah, because I definitely have to be clean, but it's like with my laundry, it's like, I mean, all my laundry is clean, but it's sorted into laundry hampers based on what color the clothes are.
You sort by color.
Like my clean clothes, I can find stuff.
I never tried that. That's smart.
It's mostly just all of my black clothes are for work, so it's just like a pile of like
Clothes. I would do that too. I'm like, okay, these are work clothes. This is just lounge clothes, whatever.
So in practice, it's literally just a laundry basket full of clean black clothes, a laundry basket full of pajamas.
You don't even need to fold the stuff you put to work. You can just roll up. What's up?
And basically, instead of just like putting all of my clothes away, I just bought more work hampers.
That's another stat I could say. I cleaned out 3 hampers.
Oh, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's all in my bed right now, but hey, that's a later problem.
Then you can't go to sleep. Or it's
I just sleep on top of it. But we wanted to go over some organization. I don't know if they're hacks, but organization strategies, types, and then personality types. And maybe there's a correlation between the two a little bit. I know some people have taken personality tests and they're like, this is ridiculous. It's nothing like me. I've taken a couple and they're actually surprisingly accurate and it's kind of scary. But we've all heard of type A people who like to have everything organized. They're probably color coordinating everything. They're on top of everything. And then there's type B, which I feel like most of the time people just say they're opposite of type A. They don't need structure or whatever. Turns out after a Google search, there's more than just 2 types of people.
But yeah, so we found out there's also type C and type D.
Type D. Who knew?
So type C is more like a methodical, so it's kind of similar to type A, but just a little bit different. It's described as methodical, accurate, but less stress than type A.
Yeah, okay, so let's go through all. So type A, you're trying to achieve, you got high stress, you want the competition, you're trying to do things quick, multitasking, you're getting everything done. Type B, you're more relaxed, you've got low stress, you're cooperative, you're selective on things, and you're steady, consistent. And then I feel like type C is kind of a mix between A and B, a little bit. But then what's type D?
So type D is described as more of a reserved pace. So the stress level also high, but the approach is more avoidant, more guarded communication, hesitant decision making, and very task focused. So,
all right. So A kind of overall everything's structured, organized, but maybe type D is more specific to one task being organized. I find that I'm probably a mixture of all those, but I'm curious to see if somebody can say like I'm type A and this is how I organized my whole house. As fancy lettering, they got like a label maker.
Oh yeah,
those are the best. My mom had one, and then when she brought it home, it's like, oh my gosh,
I know,
I need to label everything. And then there are a couple other things. I'm trying to think, what are the other characteristics we saw? Okay, so personality types. Okay, so we did a lot of research, and by a lot of research, we took a personality quiz.
We took lots of quizzes.
We did, but we'll only talk about 2 today. One of them is this the Myers-Briggs? I feel like this is pretty common. What's the one? Is it the Enneagram where it gives you a number?
Yeah, that one's pretty new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I forget what my number was, but
I still need to take that one.
Yeah,
I'm slacking.
That'll be our stat of next week.
Yeah.
Come back and give you what number we are. But we were taking the Briggs-Myers test. You want to describe what it is for people who haven't taken it? So it's also free to take it. We took it on 16personalities.com. Some of them I think you have to pay for.
So the Myers-Briggs exam, it's like a little personality quiz where it separates it into 16 different personality types. So there's different categories of personalities. There's the analyst type, which are intuitive and thinking personality types known for their rationality, impartiality, and intellectual excellence. Then there's also diplomats who are intuitive and feeling personality types known for their empathy, diplomatic skills, and passionate idealism. There's also sentinels, which we had to look up.
Whatever. I just felt like maybe the sentiment.
Yeah. So They're observant and judging personality types.
Which makes it
Practicality.
sound so mean.
I
but-
know, it makes it sound so mean. But they're seen as like being a lot of like caregiving professions, like being in law or that's not caregiving or healthcare or social services like social workers in law.
Yeah.
And then there's also explorers who are observant and prospecting personality types known for their creative thinking.
They're like entertainers.
Oh yeah.
I was like, all right. Okay, if you know us, drop in the comments what sort of personality you think we are. The other thing was when you take this quiz, it asks you random questions that you don't really think about all that much. And I'm trying to think of what even some of them were, but it was describing like if you were in an argument, you'd choose your feelings over logic, or you try to always be liked, or do you make friends really easily? And you would agree or disagree, or there was a scale. It took 5 minutes and it was actually pretty accurate. So you want to share which one you are, Holly?
So we were almost the same, but with one difference. So I was the mediator, which is INFP, which is described as being poetic, kind, altruistic, people pleasers, and always eager to help a good cause.
That's very accurate.
So
Very accurate.
what's yours?
I am also, what is this one? A diplomat. And I was an ENFJ. So I'm charismatic and inspiring leaders, able to mesmerize their listeners, which hopefully I do on this podcast. But basically, you enjoy working with people and you have a lot of empathy for them. So yeah, I don't know. You're kind of a peacemaker. You get things done, but you help people on the way. It's not everything about you. It's kind of the opposite.
You're not shooting your teammate to win the race.
No.
No.
No. And then I forgot to take a picture. But then another one that I took for my job was the DISC test. Okay. So the DISC exam, which it really wasn't like an exam makes it sound so scary. The DISC model, so D stands for dominant, and you are direct, you're decisive, you want to get things done. You're like, all right, let's go. Influential, you're impulsive, you like to interact with people, and people find you very interesting. Influential, that's kind of self-explanatory. And then steady, you're stable, supportive, sincere, and compliant. You're careful, cautious, conscientious. That's a lot of big words. You're more data-driven, and you're methodical in the way that you are. So I took this exam, and I was an SI, so steady and influential. And the blurb it wrote about me, I mean, I read it to Holly, and it was so accurate of, I like to work on a team. I empathize with people. I don't like confrontation and have a hard time dealing with that or having to be direct with somebody. I'm trying to think of some of the other things. But yeah, it was really interesting to see. And then they, on a graph, they kind of put a dot of where you're at. And depending on where you are at the circle, if you're towards the outer edge of the circle, that means you're more likely to relate to what they kind of wrote, or relate to those characteristics of those items. And then the closer you are to the middle of the circle, a little bit less likely. And then in this little packet that they do, and I don't know if this one costs money, but it was through my work, so I didn't have to pay anything. But then it goes into some of the other major characteristics that are most like you. So I took this DISC exam, and so there's a whole overview packet that kind of goes with it. And so I kind of explained what the different DISC items are. And then it would go into what motivates you and what's stressful for you. So for example, saying no stresses me out, or giving unpleasant feedback, making decisions without enough time, being wrong or underprepared sometimes bothers me. So in addition to whatever letter or combination of letters you are, they kind of have some characteristics on the outside, and they show your shading, so what you lean most towards. I thought it was pretty accurate. So these are the shades you can get. So action, enthusiasm, collaboration, support, stability, accuracy, challenge, results. So I lean more towards enthusiasm, collaboration, and support. But then I also had a little bit in accuracy too. But
all right, so the next type of organizer is the minimalist organizer. What it is, this person believes in keeping things simple, nothing excessive, just what's necessary. You won't find clutter in their home or workspace. Their neat home intentional about everything in their life. They have exactly what they need and nothing more.
I was gonna say, the pieces that they own probably mean a whole lot to them.
Oh, yeah.
I need to learn more of that skill.
This is definitely Marie Kondo.
Yeah.
Definitely. Also some Ron Swanson, if you think about it.
Oh, yeah.
So what does it say about you? You live by the less is more mantra. Your desk, sleek, clean, only holds your essentials. Your closet, capsule wardrobe. Everything matches.
Oh gosh, that would be nice, but also like sometimes I want to switch it up.
Yeah, your home looks like an IKEA.
That'd be really nice.
Yeah, no, it would be nice, but
that would take a lot of effort.
No, I get you sentimental. I hold on to stuff.
Yeah.
So that's not me.
I'm like, I need these 10 old sweatshirts because one day I might wear them.
But hey, your life is free of clutter and chaos. I'm envious of that for you.
Yeah, maybe you could share that with us. Give us your tips for becoming a minimalist. All right, the one that I relate to. Oh my gosh, the binge purging organizer. You go through phases. Everything is really organized. Life gets stressful. Clutter everywhere. I feel like I'm on this roller coaster of clean, not clean, or maybe certain things are clean. So like my room might be clean, but then the rest of the house might be a little dirty. Or maybe the whole house is dirty, but at least I'm organized in my work and personal life, you know?
Yeah. So this type goes through organizational phases where they get super into tidying up, being up, and then get overwhelmed and just let it pile up again, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like the equivalent of doing high-int
a HIIT workout?
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of doing a HIIT workout, but cleaning.
Yeah, but then you get tired.
Yeah.
One time, my room was kind of messy. It was bothering me, so I just like put it off until I had a sleepover with one of my friends, and we just stayed up until 2 a.m. cleaning my room, and then my room was clean. So sometimes it works out.
And sometimes
Did it stay clean? That's the other thing. Trying to keep something just staying clean is the hardest part.
Oh, yeah.
I could probably take an hour and clean my bedroom and be happy with what it looks like, but consistently trying to keep it clean. I read a whole organization and cleaning book and stuff. It was really good. Did I absorb all of it? No. Should I probably read it again? Yes. But it was really helpful. You can only have so much stuff in a room. There's literally a limit of stuff that you could fit in your house. So you need to decide, is it worth taking up space in your house? But yeah, I digress.
But anyway, maybe it does work like a HIIT workout and it's just making you stronger.
I don't see a 6-pack abs anywhere. I'm kidding. But yeah, maybe it'll get stronger over time. You just go through the different phases and then come back stronger.
So the next up is the digital organizer. This one is definitely me. So this person keeps their digital life in check. Their email inbox is always zero. Their calendar is always color-coded. Their files are perfectly sorted. They have backups of everything. They have backups of their backups.
Backups of the backup.
But their actual home, not so clean, not so organized. I mean, like, I keep everything clean in my apartment.
Yeah, it's like clean enough.
Yeah, but it's just like nothing is actually organized. They just have junk drawers. There's everywhere.
You gotta
Like
have at
junk
least
closets.
one junk drawer.
Yeah.
And it's gotta have like takeout menus, pop tabs,
Dead batteries.
Scissors, screwdriver, an old, like mine has old pencils, you know, like the pencils you'd get in goodie bags in like 2nd grade. We just have all that. Rubber bands, playing cards,
Mismatched candles.
a bunch of pens that probably 95% of them don't work.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else are in there. Probably some tape and some string.
You could do something important with that.
Yeah. Store it in the drawer and forget about it. The other thing I have to say is I wish I was a one calendar person. I so wish. I have to have my like Google calendar. And then I also have a nice cute little aesthetic chalkboard calendar. And then sometimes I need to have like paper journal planner thing too. I'm like, can I just choose one? I can't go all digital, but I can't stay all paper. So I end up repeating the same thing in 2 or 3 different spots. It doesn't make sense, but somehow works for me. Maybe I'll learn one day.
But I feel like a lot of different productivity and organizational systems happen. But like I feel like they do put a lot of pressure on people, and real life is messy, especially when you get busy with work or school or life, family, what else not. But
yeah,
sometimes it's okay to let things go just a little bit, just to keep in top of the rest of your life.
Yeah, and you're more important than your messy room.
Yeah.
So take care of yourself, and then once you feel up to it, you can start making little changes.
Do I get good grades? Yes. Is my room clean? No.
Do you also work? Yeah.
What is it like?
Give and take?
Like 2 out of 3 is not bad.
Yeah. That's 66.7%. It's pretty good.
Passing.
But
But yeah, in real life, none of us really have like Pinterest board level organized lives.
it would be nice, but so expensive too. A lot of time. So I feel like just do the best with what you got. Go from there. It can only go up. Hopefully. All right. What do we got? Oh, I was going to talk about, speaking of the digital one, I don't know about you, but I need my messages responded to cleared out. I don't like having notifications there. Emails, I'll go through every once in a while, but it says usually I'm stuck at like 8 emails that I still need to read. They're somehow hidden in my inbox. I can't find which ones are unread, but I literally click through every email. I delete all the other emails. The people that have 40 text messages that need to be read, unless a group chat just blew up, I don't think you should be having 40 messages that you haven't looked at. Or what gets me are the 23,000 unread emails. What? That just doesn't make sense in my brain. That's my brain. So yours might function differently. But I just had to throw it in there. It bothers me when there's too many notifications. I don't mind when it's on the notification center though. So I could just have a whole bunch of notifications on that center. It bothers my boyfriend to no end. He's like, you need to clear these all out. Or tabs open. Does that bother you?
Oh yeah, I hate having tabs open.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I don't mind it, but then I'll get to a certain point of I have too many tabs open. Especially if you were doing like a research project in college,
yeah.
You would look and you're like, I have 20 tabs open. I need to close some. So tabs, I'm a little more lenient on. But all right, let's go into keep, toss, and pretend we'll use later. I got a good one for that. Okay, we're gonna do rapid fire of keep, toss, or pretend we'll use it later. Or my favorite is say you're gonna donate it, put it in a box to go to Goodwill, and then the box stays in your room for an extra 6 months. All right, keep, toss, or pretend we'll use it later. Case itself of your iPod Touch.
Oh yeah, I'll totally keep that.
I have that. I even have my iPod Nano.
Oh, I still have my iPod.
I still have that.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't own the Nintendo DSi anymore, but you have all the games for it.
Oh yeah, keep. You can sell those.
All right. What are the other ones you got?
All right, old cords.
Just get rid of them. I made a conscious effort now that when there's random cords to try and label them or keep them all in one spot and then just have a box. Okay, how about all of the directions and instruction manuals you get for everything? What do you do with them?
I throw them away now because I can look them up.
Fair.
Yeah.
I've transitioned over to just having a drawer full of them. So they're all in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably could just get rid of them.
Mm-hmm. Do you keep the box that your new phone comes in?
I do.
I do too.
I don't know why. I never use it. I think I may have finally gotten rid of it though. The worst is when you have like old computers or old keyboards and stuff, and then just sitting around your house.
Oh yeah.
Because you gotta go to a special place to recycle them, you know. I understand that. Recycling's good, but it's like, seats.
Oh, I throw those away.
I don't know why. Sometimes I'll just have a whole bunch that I forget to throw away. And then I throw them all away at once.
All right. So what about old planners?
I still have some. I don't know why, again. This is where I need to just get rid of them. But I had one from student teaching.
Yeah.
And it was very aesthetically pleasing and it was nice. I don't know why I still have it.
Because what if you want to know what you did that day 20 years from now, 30 years from now?
I guess. I have a whole cabinet in my laundry room and I was looking through it. It's got my notes from A-Push from sophomore year of high school. I said, when am I ever going to look back at homework assignment number 4, question number 5? Oh, I had that. It's hard for me to get rid of college stuff too.
Oh yeah.
I still had like all my notes from all my math classes. It came in handy. Why didn't you need all this paper?
Oh, here's a digital one. Do you keep old homework assignments that are online? I kept all of mine for some reason.
I think I do have like a backup of my computer that has them all.
Because, like, from my point of view, even if I'm getting an A in the class, I'm like, if I fail this, I might need this next semester.
That's what your thought process. Mine is just like, oh, maybe there'll be something in a different class that I might need to use this for. Or maybe someone else is taking a class and they need help. And you can describe what you did.
It's probably a lot more reasonable.
Oh my God, not that you're not failed.
Have I had to do that? No. Do I still fear it? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
All right. Last but not least, cups, mugs, and plates. How do you decide what to keep and what to get rid of?
It takes me a while, but I kind of just, if I'm thinking about it, after like a week, I'm like, okay, I really didn't use this one. Plus, if you get rid of it, you can just get new ones, right?
Yeah.
That's a positive thing. Plates, I haven't really had to deal with all that much because we just use the same plate from however long ago. Cups, yeah, and I keep getting new ones, so kind of just cycling through. And if something really means a lot to me, then I usually keep it. But you know, they get faded, they crack, that sort of thing. So you kind of just have to go through it. Yeah. All right. And I think that's it for the toss, keep, whatever. So we're going to wrap it up with our best section of the podcast, our expertly unqualified rant.
All right. So if I'm going to start, why is the Container Store so expensive? Because there's so many different places that you can buy like organizers. My mom loves organizers and she buys me a lot too.
How many organizers are too many?
There's never enough. There's never enough.
I love watching those videos of people like, come organize my kitchen with me. But I don't understand. So I've seen one with spices, right? They go buy clear spice jars and label them, and then take the brand new spice jar and pour it in the glass spice jar. Why? That takes so much time.
I know.
Just have a nice container or something, or a spinny like Lazy Susan thing for them. So I don't understand that. One time I thought I was getting a good deal on this really nice spinny thing for holding like extra bathroom items and put it in the closet. I thought it was $3 because it was in the Target section, and it turned out to be $20 on my way to check out because somebody placed it in wrong. Yeah, I don't know why it's so expensive. It's usually plastic containers that are going to break anyway. So I've had a lot of success with old shoe boxes to organize things. Old containers where the lids have broken off. That's been helpful.
But yeah, overall, Dollar Tree and IKEA, they both have a lot of really cheap, good organizers.
Yeah.
And storage things. So who is specifically going to the Container Store?
People with lots of money.
I guess so.
Yeah. So we kind of wrapped our advice in there too. So you can go find organization, and if you're really going to use it, then maybe spend a little more money. But you can find good stuff at Target, IKEA, heck, sometimes Goodwill.
Oh yeah, Goodwill.
Or like if thrifting has stuff. Or you said what? Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree has a ton.
Yeah. So, well, we hope you enjoyed that episode, and we will catch you guys on the flippity flop.
See you next time, and remember, we're not experts.
Yes, we're expertly unqualified. All right, see you guys next week.
That's a wrap on our episode of Expertly Unqualified. If you stuck around this long,
you're either extremely loyal, extremely bored, or extremely caffeinated. Either way, we love that for you.
Make sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts and leave a review if you laughed, related, or were personally attacked by something we said. Find new episodes and more on our website, thepodmates.com.
And don't forget, follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Expertly Unqualified. Send us your stories, questions, or weird hot takes. You might just hear them on a future episode.
We are, as always,
Expertly Unqualified. Conversation's so fun, you'll forget we have no idea what we're doing. Do you want to say it's the Podmates?
Was it Podmates Production?